The Houston Astros were nearly called the Colt 45s forever. Not as a throwback, not as a nickname, as the permanent name of a Major League Baseball franchise that exists today. The team that became the Astros wasn't born from civic pride or a billionaire's passion project. It was born from a threat. In 1960, Houston Judge Roy Hofheinz watched the Continental League, a proposed third major league, collapse before it could play a single game. Hofheinz had spent 2 years assembling a Houston franchise for that league. He had investors, a stadium plan, a name, the Colt 45s, after the iconic Texas revolver, and suddenly no league to play in. So Hofheinz walked into federal court and threatened an antitrust lawsuit against Major League Baseball if they didn't let Houston in. The threat worked. In December 1960, MLB granted Houston an expansion franchise for the National League, starting play in 1962. The Colt 45s played their first 3 seasons outdoors at Colt Stadium, a temporary facility with no air conditioning and minimal shade. Houston in July reaches 100 degrees regularly. Players lost 10 pounds per game from sweat. Mosquitoes from nearby swampland were so thick that outfielders kept bug spray in their back pockets. Attendance was terrible. The team averaged under 10,000 fans per game in 1963. But Hofheinz had a solution already under construction, the world's first domed stadium. The Astrodome opened in April 1965 and was immediately called the 8th wonder of the world. It seated over 50,000, featured air conditioning, luxury suites, and a massive scoreboard that cost $2 million on its own. With the move to the Dome, the team changed its name to the Astros, a nod to Houston's role as home of NASA's Mission Control. The Colt 45's name, tied to a temporary outdoor stadium and brutal playing conditions, was retired. But the Astrodome itself became a problem almost immediately. The dome's translucent ceiling panels let in enough sunlight that outfielders couldn't track fly balls during day games. Players were losing balls in the roof. Hofheinz's solution was to paint the ceiling panels to block the light. That fixed the glare problem, but it created a new one. The grass died. Without sunlight, natural grass couldn't survive indoors. The Astros played the 1965 season on grass painted green to hide the dead patches. By 1966, the field was replaced entirely with a synthetic surface developed by Monsanto, AstroTurf. AstroTurf became the standard for indoor and outdoor stadiums for the next 30 years. The Astrodome itself became obsolete by the 1990s. Too small, too outdated, and unable to compete with modern ballparks. The Astros moved to Enron Field, later Minute Maid Park, in 2000. The Astrodome sat abandoned for years, hosting nothing, a monument to a solved problem that created a dozen new ones. The franchise that was born from a courtroom threat, named after a gun, and saved by a dome that killed its own grass, still plays today. No longer the Colt 45s, but the Astros. Next time, we head north to see how an Original 6 NHL team almost moved to Kansas City before it won a single cup.